Well, we've got a couple people on, so let's get started. What I want to do is just try this out and see how it works. As far as stereochemistry goes, with Sn1 and SN2, there's a little bit of difference in the outcome stereochemically. If the leaving group is in a chiral center, there's going to be a difference between Sn1 and SN2. With SN2, we always have the nucleophile attack from the back side. So this is going to attack, hydroxide will attack and push the bromine off. When it attacks from the back side, that's going to push the hydrogen out, and that means the OH is going to be back. We actually get inversion of configuration at the chiral center. So this puts the hydrogen out, OH back, and there's a methyl group. So if we assign R and S, what do you see? We have bromine, we have this group as second priority, so third priority, lowest priority is hydrogen going back. This is going counterclockwise, so that's an S alkyl bromide. In this case, the OH group has the highest priority, then the carbon that has the rest of the chain attached, then the CH3 group. We're looking at it from the back side, so that's really R. So we've gone from S to R. We've inverted the configuration of the chiral center by having the nucleophile attack from the back side. So SN2 always goes through inversion. You get the opposite of what you start with. So if I want the S alcohol, I'm going to start with the R bromide. Whatever you want to end up with, you start with the opposite configuration of the chiral center. SN1 goes through the carbocation, goes through an intermediate. So the first step in SN1 is loss of the halide. So we just lose the halide. And that's going to give us our carbocation, which is planar. So the planar carbocation now is attacked by the nucleophile, which is hydroxide. I'll put that in here. But the nucleophile can attack from above or below because this is trigonal planar. There's equal probability of attack from above or below. That's actually going to give us two different products. That's going to give us the R and the S alcohol. So it doesn't matter what you start with here. You're going to get a 50-50 mixture when the nucleophile attacks the carbocation. So we'll show that as this situation. The benzene ring out, and the OH back, and we have as the other possibility, we have the OH out, and the benzene ring back. And that's a 50-50 mix. So it's a 50-50 mix. That's a racemic mixture. So SN1 always gives us a racemic mixture if the leaving group's at a chiral center. That's why we hate SN1 reactions, because when we're trying to make things and control stereochemistry, you cannot control stereochemistry. You're going to get half of what you want and half of what you don't want. As a chemist in the lab, we love SN2 because we can control the outcome. If you want a certain chiral center, a certain chirality at the chiral center, being R or S, you start with the opposite orientation. So when the leaving group comes off, this is coming in from behind, it's inverting the configuration of the chiral center. So that's one topic we hadn't covered yet in class, Sn1 and SN2, as far as stereochemistry goes. If the attack doesn't take place at a chiral center, nothing changes. But if the attack is at a chiral center, we have to consider which possibility we have, SN1 or SN2. To make lives easier on tests and quizzes, I'm just going to tell you if it's SN1 or SN2. That way you don't have to guess as to what's going on. So let's see, we have Mallory Mays. And Peyton is in here. And Karen, okay. Yeah, Thomas, there we go. So how easy is it to see the board?
Pretty easy.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I'm also recording this, so I'll upload this later. We haven't covered that much. We don't have that much more to cover in chapter 6. This is a key one. The other one is different types of leaving groups besides the alkyl halides. We have tosylates, mesylates, and tryptolates, which I'll cover and post that also on YouTube and on iLearn. Those of you just tuning in, the provost told us we cannot go live during our normal class times. She wants us to record all of our lectures and reserve live time for help sessions. Okay, Kinsey's on here. So we'll have our normal help session at 7 o'clock every Sunday night. I want to have a couple more times during the week when we can meet. Now I'd prefer to do it on Zoom instead of Google Hangout because I can record on Zoom. That way you have a record of what we covered and can go back and replay it. And for those of you that can't tune in at that time, it'll be there for you to look at a different time. So I do want to have a live session Sunday night and probably arrange one or two more during the week, but no live sessions during our regular class time. That's just too hard to coordinate. Some of you guys are also in different time zones now, so I have to take that into account. If you guys moved to the Eastern time zone, it's more convenient for you, but if you went west, 7 to 9 p.m. right now, I keep forgetting to tell you Central time. It could be 6 or 5 o'clock, depending upon where you are in the country. So because of that, they want us to record everything as much as possible to give you guys as much time to go back and look at things as you want to without losing any information or missing any material. I'm also experimenting with different markers. I'm finding out that the red, the blue, and the black are nice. Purple sucks. I don't know if you've seen, because of the glare mainly. But purple, that one's not too bad. Some of these purples I've got, I'll do a very good job. They're just harder to read than the other colors. Depends upon the age of the marker. These are now showing up fairly nice, but older purples don't seem to work very well. So I'll try to write as much as I can in black and just highlight things using blue. And electron flow is always in red. So you guys are color coded as far as flow of electrons. I've already made up 3 quizzes for chapters 5, 6, and 7. They're on iLearn right now. They're just not open to you guys to do yet. But unfortunately, I can't ask you questions like draw the mechanism. That's kind of impossible to do multiple choice. The only way I could do that multiple choice is to actually write 5 different mechanisms for you to choose from and you choose the right one, which is a lot of work for me. quite frankly. It's hard enough coming up with 4 or 5 answers just drawing structures, but for mechanisms, it's pretty tough. It would take a lot of time and a lot of space on the computer monitor too. Multi-step synthesis, I'm going to have a diagram with all the steps drawn out, and you'll have to pick the final product or one of the intermediates as a multiple choice answer. In the past, I've had what I call roadmap problems, where you have to draw the structures of A, B, C, D, E, and F as you go through the reaction sequence. That also is going to be hard to do unless I just leave one box blank and then give you a chance to pick which structures are going to fit into that box, which one's the correct answer. So I'm spending most of my day just revamping quizzes and tests to fit the format for iLearn, which is actually for your benefit. It'll be a little bit easier than what you're normally going to get from me class-wise. Okay, Mr. Holloman's checking in. Let's find his name here. Still trying to figure out how to do this, but when I do this live, I can see all of you. I'm near the screen to see what I'm doing, and the screen's backwards. It's literally a mirror image of what I'm doing. When I actually save this and then upload it to play, it's actually in the correct format. So based on what is on the board right now, how many of you guys can follow what I've just done? Okay. You want to raise your hands instead of talk, that's okay. Okay, James Strong.
Hey.
Who else is there? I think that's it for now.
How many questions on average are online quizzes and exams going to be?
Right now, quizzes are 18 to 20 questions, no more. In fact, the last two quizzes I put online, 5 and 6, I think, are only 18 questions.
Gotcha.
So no longer than they would have been in class.
No, but you get 90 minutes. The provost has also strongly suggested you guys have open book exams. So what I might do is have time limit on exams. And allow you guys to also use the book to do exams.
Wait. Encouraged open book?
The provost said, yeah.
So that's shocking.
Since we can't proctor and control what's going on because we can't see what you're doing,
Yeah.
Instead of saying, well, there's going to be possibility of cheating, let's just make it open book.
Are
So
the questions going to be reflective of the book problems, or they're just made up from your memory?
No, it's all based on what's in the book. If you followed along with me so far, or if you've known me from the past, the quizzes I gave are based on end of chapter problems. Exams are based on quizzes I give. So it all ties back to the book.
Hmm.
Which is why I would continue to like to do The Sunday night help sessions covering into chapter. Those of you just logging in, I'm still waiting for Amazon to bring. I actually ordered a conference camera and actually be on the board and do a few other things while I'm writing. I won't be here till Friday, they say. It hasn't actually shipped yet. And because the entire country is going to online, Amazon's having problems keeping cameras in stock. But this is off my computer. Apparently, it does an okay job for now.
Charge this. Oh.
Zoom now is to actually move the board closer to the computer.
No, I was talking to the TV. My bad.
Unfortunately, a few of you guys tried to log in yesterday, even though the email said today. So hopefully those guys will show up again tonight.
So how will labs work?
It's almost as if we had a nuclear holocaust and lab is over.
Lab is dead.
Okay.
It was
It's
taken
very
out back and fired and shot upon multiple times.
If you're repeating the class, you're probably going to use your previous grade anyway.
Oh,
finish.
We're taking the labs you've done so far. That's basically going to be most of your lab grade. Your notebook is from the pre-labs and dailies. And you don't turn your notebooks in, obviously. There's a way to get your notebooks into us. So your notebook grade, that's 20% of your lab grade, is going to be from your pre-lab and daily sheets that you've done so far. If you meet up a lab before spring break, get the lab reports in by April 5th so we can grade those. Otherwise, that's all there is to lab. The PAs are still going to thing, and whatever's turned in by April 5th is what your lab grade is going to be made from. That's it. Okay, Madison Humphrey's here. Those of you just tuning in, can you actually see the board well enough or not?
This is weird. I don't know how to get it back to just what I can't see it really. But that
Is there any way to keep the camera focused on you, like the board?
Yeah, if you're on a computer, you can go to his screen and pin it.
Okay.
So that way it's on him permanently, no matter who's talking.
I'm doing this from my phone.
Now, I can't help you.
Screw tattoo my mood.
you double tap it.
Swap right.
Double tap his screen and it'll keep him on there.
Hey, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So do we know the date that our next quiz is going to be on yet?
That's a good question. Let's see. Classes start Monday. I was hoping to give you a quiz Tuesday. If that's not too bad. That's on chapter 5, which we've essentially pretty much completed. Yeah, you're looking at me like, holy shit. Okay. We could have
On
a,
2-week vacation, it's hard to get back into it.
I know, that's why we should have a help session Sunday at 7 for the quiz on 5. But the quiz on 5, I can leave open. It'll be just like the drop boxes. You go to iLearn under assessment, it says quizzes. When I want you to take a quiz, I'll open the quiz up so you can see it. and I'll give you a couple of days, like a 2-day window to try to take it. You get one attempt though, and once you start it, you got 90 minutes.
Okay.
Like if I say quiz Tuesday, what that really means is the quiz window will start Tuesday. I'll leave it open till like Friday to give you plenty of time to try to take it.
Okay.
But we do have to try to cover as much material as we can. I've already decided not to cover chapter 10 because that's a short chapter with just a couple of reactions that are kind of trivial, like allylic bromination. That's kind of neat to do, but really, for most of you guys, you're never going to actually see it in real life. So things like that in chapter 10. Free radical reactions are in chapter 10. That's stuff you can easily teach yourself if you have to.
So when we submit the quizzes and exams, do we get our grade automatically?
As soon as you finish, it will go to the grade sheet.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I don't like that, but okay.
You just rip that Band-Aid off of that inevitable failure now.
I have it set up so that as soon as you finish, it automatically assesses it and puts it on the grade. So when you go to grades, you'll see the actual grade under the appropriate column for that quiz. But apparently I don't give a quiz on chapter 10 because there is no column for it. Apparently I don't usually give a chapter in.
I think the Gen Chem said something similar, like the very last chapter never appeared on any exam or quiz, but it did appear on like the final exam.
Right. So final exams, I may have to let you, that's a good question. Usually the final exam's comprehensive. Usually it's half old material and half new material since the last exam. That's the way I usually have it. And the way I usually keep it. Unfortunately with Zoom, we only have a 40-minute window. So my meeting will end in 10 minutes on my computer. All you have to do for that is re-log in and it resets the timer. So that's one of the limitations of using Zoom right now. We're limited to 40 minutes at a time.
Oh, that is a little annoying.
On the bright side, you can pick a funny background.
This is true. I've actually done that, but you know what? I pick a background, you can't see the whiteboard. You see me.
Wait,
Actually,
backgrounds?
let's-
Coming out of my cage. And I've been doing
Mhm.
Can you see my hamster?
If I pick virtual background, you never see the whiteboard. You'll just see. There we go.
I also did
No,
toilet
no.
paper.
Toilet paper.
I haven't seen that in a while.
So I have to leave it on no virtual background, unfortunately.
What if we just wrap your room in like Christmas wrapping paper and call that the background?
Well, done.
That requires so much effort, and I appreciate it.
It's 15 extra points bonus. Question mark?
I think you got more to do than put your room up in wrapping paper.
Dang.
Good. New.
Oh, it's backwards. Dang it.
I love Waffle House.
I know. Oh, by the way, the 2 Waffle House locations in Cookeville are not closing.
Well, we know that.
Woo!
My 2 in Dixon aren't closing either, so I'm pleased. The only one that is closing in the state is in Nashville, obviously.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Is there any confirmed cases in Putnam County?
Yeah.
8,
Like 9.
Yes.
9.
Ew.
Me and Hillbilly Hell, we have 5.
I don't think I have any yet in Yeehaw County.
Nope, you don't.
All right.
You're safe for now.
For now.
We are about to hit 1,000 cases in Tennessee. We're sitting at 906.
Yeah, but cases don't mean anything. It's how many.
They don't. That includes deaths and also recovered people. So
We've only had, what, 5 deaths so far?
3.
3?
My home state of Louisiana is about to see 1,800
Deaths?
No cases. Like 50-something people are dead.
I was gonna
yeah,
say,
something
what
like-
the heck is going on in Louisiana?
Mardi Gras.
I was gonna say ritual suicide every time.
Oh, yeah. What? Bacon inspector.
That's what's up.
Oh my God.
Check, yeah.
Also got my Waffle House receipt book.
How many times do you have to go to get that?
And Waffle House camera case.
Good food
Oh
fast.
my God.
That's amazing, actually. I really do
Love
like
it.
that camera case.
I know the manager at the Willow one, so yeah, we're pretty good friends. I have to keep my cholesterol high, so I need some bacon every day.
It's a good problem to have.
Mm-hmm. What's your go-to Waffle House meal?
Usually large bacon, sausage, raisin toast, and orange juice.
You have dog.
What?
A big puppy.
I recently got a new puppy, and she just woke up and was insisting that I give her attention. So
Aw.
I usually don't remember my Waffle House order.
I get the same thing every time. Sometimes I get the hash brown bowls, but other than that, it's the All-Star. Can't go wrong with it.
No grits.
Nope. Not a
Ew.
grits person.
I'm not a grits person either.
That stuff's nasty.
I'm a big supporter of eggs over medium.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
for waffles also, but that's just me. If you order a peanut butter waffle and then put strawberry jam on it, you can make your own sandwiches.
Ooh.
Yeah, they taste good.
I never thought of that.
Death wish I'll do that.
Well, any other questions?
So, is this lecture session like? Are we about to have an actual lecture, or are we just like chilling?
You guys can see the board. I was talking through these problems around 7 o'clock, but no, I think our first session will be Sunday night at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
That works.
I'll do a review of chapter 5. So look at the chapter 5 problems, because some of those can be kind of nightmarish.
So, you said that basically the mirror. This is like a mirror image. So this is not what we really see.
No, what I said was when I'm doing this live, I'm mirroring it on my screen so I can see what I'm doing. But the black
Okay.
actually is the mirror image on my computer. I have to save this and then play it to see it the way it actually is. You guys should be able to see it just like it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's actually how it is.
That's actually how it is.
Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. That's my fault. I just misunderstood.
That's wild.
So before time ends, just to recap, we are not meeting from 9:30 to 10:50 on
No.
Tuesday, Thursday
No.
anymore.
Anymore.
Okay. That way I don't show up at some random Zoom time. Thought I'd clarify that.
Anything I want to cover for you guys to know has to be recorded. So you guys,
What if it's gonna be like that for my other classes?
it's going to have to be.
I know for my physics class, we meet at our regular time at 12:15 to 2:30.
God bless your soul. Golly, that is the worst class I've ever taken.
I know. I hate physics. There's a reason I'm changing my major to get out of physics too. I'm done.
I couldn't do physics, man. Oof. Rather watch paint dry.
So we're only using Zoom for help sessions.
Yeah, because with Zoom I can record things.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's a 40-minute time limit, which actually is fortunate, because then I can chop things up into 40-minute segments, so you don't have to sit through a big, long, boring lecture.
Lord knows we all started dozing off after a while.
Mm-hmm. And occasionally there's some awkward silence.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm medicated. Stay up.
It's not a bad thing.
Long month for that. Wait till April.
I'm trying to make the enantiomer of the medication right now.
Realize next month is April. The entire,
Oh yeah.
the entire month will be 420.
Jesus.
I've never had a professor ever tell me anything related to 420, and I love it.
So whenever the timer ends, do we need to log back on?
Yeah, let's log back on.
Okay.
That resets the timer.
Same ID and everything.
Yeah, the exact same child, exact same room.
So we just need to leave this right now and then hop back on.
Let's see. It says we have less than a minute. Yeah.
Are we
I love how
popping,
it
boy?
doesn't count down.